Welcome back, guys. A brand new video and another win for England. Seen a lot of people heated on social media about the victory. We deserve to win, whatever you think of any decisions in the game. I've since looked back and I can't put the footage on the video, unfortunately. You get copyright struck. So I was going to include examples and visuals, but they don't allow you to do it. So I want to speak about, firstly, well played to Denmark. What a tournament they've had. Just right from the get-go, the first game, they had the worst thing ever on the football pitch that can happen. Happened to one of their players, one of their better players as well, maybe their best player. And how they rallied and got to the semi-final and took us to extra time, to be honest. They were brilliant. So I just like to get out of the way first because I really liked watching Denmark. A lot of people that watch my stuff and watch my live streams know that I like Denmark. So anything I do say in this video, I don't want to sound disrespectful. I just wanted to put that out there first. And then we're going to get on to the England part section. Mainly, I'm going to address the talking points of the game. So the first penalty appeal with Harry Kane. Now, I've watched it back, and I don't think it's a penalty anymore. Kane actually seems to foul the guy first. I watched it back today. Kane seems to foul the guy first, and then he gets fouled. So it is a foul on Harry Kane, but Kane fouls someone first. If you watch it back, it's quite obvious. I think it was all sort of in the moment. But yeah, Kane actually kicks through the back of him, sort of like trips him up, and then gets to the ball illegally, and then he gets fouled. So for me, the Kane one, the penalty was not a penalty, in my opinion. There's a few issues surrounding the Denmark goal for me. If you want to do it on the rules that are currently in place, then there's a couple of soft free kicks. First of all, Mason Mount gets across Dolberg. Dolberg starts like writhing around on the floor, holding his face when Mason Mount just puts his arm across his, like this area, saying that he's elbowed him in the face and things like that. So that's a soft free kick, first of all. That's the free kick just before the free kick for the free kick. Does that make sense? So Mason Mount gives away a free kick. They then take a free kick, and Luke Shaw is sort of guarding Christensen. There's a lot of holding going on. There's a lot of that happens in almost every single game and never gets given. Luke Shaw is sort of, what's the word? He's not really holding Christensen. He's more like blocking him. But I mean, again, that happens a lot. And then the referee gives a foul for that. And then after that, Damsgaard's lined up to take the free kick. If you watch it back, you can watch it back, by the way, on YouTube. Just type in England. Literally, just have to type in England, and it's the first thing that comes up. And watch the highlights. And on the free kick, if you watch it, so we've got two soft fouls leading to that free kick. Whatever. They're both quite contentious for me, anyway. I mean, in today's game, they both probably are free kicks. But again, the Sterling penalty in this day and age is a penalty. And again, I'll explain why at the end of the video. But the Damsgaard free kick, if you look at it, as he's running up to, as he stood over it before he runs up to take it, so he stood over it and he's like lining it up, whatever. Denmark make their own wall. You can watch it on the highlights. They make their own wall to the left of England's wall, and as Damsgaard's running up to take the free kick, the Danish wall moves to the right and blocks off Pickford's view, and then I think it's Simon Kjær. He breaks out of the Danish wall and runs towards Pickford like running into his eye line. Now, I'm not saying it shouldn't be given, but that's just as surely that's obstructing the keeper's view. I've seen a lot of fans up in arms when decisions have gone against their clubs and stuff when disrupting the keeper's view, and they're like, "Oh no, he's not done anything." But then when it's the other way around, people are very quick. So if you watch it on the highlights, the Danish wall start moving and blocking Pickford's view. So Pickford can't see the free kick. He can't see it at all because of the Danish wall. So is that not obstructing the keeper's view? If you don't think it is, fair enough. But if you don't think it is, then you can't really complain about the Sterling penalty, because I guarantee you, whoever's watching this, whoever's against it, whoever thinks it's not a penalty for Raheem Sterling, for England, I guarantee you, which you put in the... In fact, I've got a challenge for you. Put in the comments below the team you support, assuming it's a team in a top tier of a division where I can find footage, and I will find you a penalty that your team win that's just as soft as the Sterling one. Because that's a penalty these days. It's a soft one. I personally wouldn't have given it, but then I wouldn't have given a lot of things. I wouldn't have given the 2 free kicks for Denmark's free kick. So that wouldn't have been a goal for me either. So we can. The only real goal would have been England. So that's 1-0. If we want to play by, so like I wouldn't. I'm quite of an old school person watching the football. I'm like, I like to see referees wave a lot of things and like tell players to get up. So I'm not sort of person that's like trying to fit the rules to England's narrative. I'm just saying, if you're going to turn a blind eye to the Danish free kicks, you have to turn a blind eye to Sterling's penalty. Simple reason is if you watch, I think it's Marler, he clips Sterling's knee really slightly, I understand. And then just as he clips his knee, then Jensen comes in from the other side, and if you watch Jensen's hip clashes with him. And if you're running at that speed, as with Sterling, if you're running at that speed and you're really like, you've got to be really agile as well. So if you're turning really quickly and you're running at speed, if you get clipped from one side and then clipped from the other side, whether it's a really like hard knock or whether it's just a simple brush, it's going to knock you off balance. If you guys have played football before, right? If any of you guys are wingers or tricky small players, if you've ever been touched, it only takes like literally a brush and that's it, you're gone. Some people are saying he's already going down beforehand, but if you look at it, Sterling's got a weird running style. And it does look like it's just his weird running style. I don't know. Maybe he is going down. But again, I challenge you to give me your team in the comments and I will find a player that has done the exact same thing somewhere, somehow, to get a penalty like that. And I understand a lot of people, it's most of the home nations crowd, right? The Welsh players, Welsh supporters, Scottish supporters, and the Irish supporters. But I said this on stream last night. Stop focusing on us. Just stop focusing on us. Focus on your own team. Wales did well. Republic of Ireland didn't get there. Scotland performed well, didn't get the results. Just stop focusing on us. Like it must take a lot of mental strength and capacity to be worrying about a nation that's not your own. Right? Why waste your time? Why waste your time worrying about what happened to England? We've seen we got cheated out of a goal against Germany years back. Frank Lampard. We were losing at the time, but you never know how goals change football. And I seem to remember that back then everyone was laughing at us. So like, just if you're gonna laugh when it's the other way, take the banter when it's flipped on its side, right? I remember so many times when England have been denied goal. I remember Sol Campbell getting the goal disallowed in the Euros back in the day, which never was. Just like it's a soft penalty. I agree. And if I was in charge of the rules of football, it wouldn't be a penalty for me. But again, like I said, in my same rule set, I would also not given the free kicks to Denmark. So it's just one of those. What you have to. You can't really flip it. You can't have it one way and not the other. You can't have your cake and eat it, right? But then, yeah, I've spoken about the issues. I just want to speak about the whole England team and the manager. Fantastic. I've been wrong. I thought as soon as we played a really good team, i.e. Germany, we would have lost. We didn't. We didn't crumble last night. We went 1-0 down. We've not conceded a goal. It could have shook the players. It didn't. We had a really good chance with a really good save from Schmeichel by Sterling. And then 40 seconds later, we didn't let that deter us. We created another chance and Saka put it across for the own goal. So just fantastic mental attitude, just the graft, the determination, the drive. Just I can't fault anybody. The only criticisms I have slightly is the forward passing from central midfield, and it's the reason why Mason Mount can't get into games, and he's getting so much stick online. He's getting so much stick online because if you want to watch the England match back, let's say you were planning to, and you're going to do it after this video. keep in mind that England play a lot down the sides, right? We play a lot down the flanks. We play little 1-2s in and around the flank areas. It's not often that we play a pass from around the halfway line to a striker or a winger's feet or Mason Mount's feet. It's not often we do that going vertically within the width of the 18-yard box. It's not often we played forward passes into that area. Now, if you watch our goal, first goal, where Saka sets Sterling up, you watch Kyle Walker and watch the pass he plays into Harry Kane. He plays a forward pass into that area, right? It shouldn't be Kyle Walker having to do it, but he was on the ball, so he did it. Kyle Walker's very good at it. He plays forward passes, but again, that's probably because he plays for Pep Guardiola, right? And Guardiola teams, they do play a lot of safe possession football, but when the chance is, because Pep Guardiola is possession, but with progression, right? So he does play a lot of safe short passes, right? But Guardiola always told his teams that as soon as the chance is to hit someone with a forward pass, do it. So you can see Kyle Walker doing it. He smashes it into Kane's feet. Kane gets the ball, turns, plays it through to Saka. We score. Now, we need Phillips and Rice to be doing more of that. I don't know if Southgate's told them to play down the wings, because I know that Sheffield United in their first season in the Premier League, they played down the wings a lot. And Atletico Madrid play down the wings a lot. Now, the usual reasons for that are very clever, to be fair. So if it is Southgate's decision to do that, it's quite a clever one. I don't know if it's that or the fact that Rice and Phillips don't feel brave enough to do it. Anyway, the reason why it's a good decision is Sheffield. Like I said, I just touched it up on. Under Wilder in the first season in the Premier League, Sheffield United used to do it. They played down the wings. They sort of did little passes inside, and they sort of worked their way into the box and scored their goals from wide areas. Atletico Madrid do it, but it's sort of as much as an attacking decision as it is a defensive decision. And the reason why it is if you lose the ball playing through the middle, you're more likely open to a counter-attack because people have gone past the ball, right? If you lose the ball on the wing whilst you're trying to probe the defensive line or whatever, if you lose the ball on the wings, then you've probably got people. If you have so let's say for example Sterling has the ball on the left wing, right? Shaw's gone behind him, and Declan Rice, whoever's the left-sided midfielder, they come to sort of assist, right, for the pass back. So if you go and attack down the wings, people make options and they sit behind you, right? If you play down the centre, people often overlap and go past you. Now, if you lose the ball in the centre when people are going past you, then there's not many defenders back. If you lose the ball on the wings, where there's people offering you options and safe options behind you, you lose the ball there's people to stop the counter-attack. So, like I said, I know Simeone likes it, and I know Chris Wilder did it in the first season in the Prem, and I think people got used to Sheffield United, and they didn't have the player quality because he wasn't backed to sort of, what's the word? He didn't have the support, so people figured it out and didn't have the player quality to keep that up, right? Basically to keep it up. So that's why they went down. That's why he left. That's why he left in acrimonious terms, because he wasn't backed. And Atletico Madrid can get away with it because the player quality is so good, right? You can know what they're doing, but the player quality is so good that it doesn't matter. So I don't know if it's the thing that Southgate's told us to do. If it is, fantastic decision. If it's not, it's more likely just that Rice and Phillips are more comfortable passing sideways and not the risky passes. It does take a brave kind of midfielder to do it. Other midfielders in the Euros have been doing it, but I think it's just a different way that we're brought up. We are a very safety first nation. I think it was Xavi that summed it up once quite well back in the day. He said, in Spain, if we play a long ball into the corner, we get booed. If England play a long ball into the corner, they get cheered for clearing it. And we've come a bit of a way since then. We have sort of adopted that passing approach more. A lot of our fans, a lot of English public do like it when we keep the ball more. But it is still a thing. Like when I watch football matches, it is when we clear the ball into the corner and then get a throw in, and the crowd just goes raw, right? It just goes up because we've got a throw in. In Spain or other countries, if they play forward pass to no one, it gets groans from the crowd. It's just a different way that we play football. So Like, I don't know if it's just it rubs off on our national team. I don't know, but yeah, they're my thoughts for the game. I think we'll win. I think we'll beat Italy. I think if we take our chances, we beat Italy because I think we'll create some. I do. Spain had a lot of chances. They didn't take them. We should be playing Spain in the final. Oyarzabal missed the header. Oyarzabal also didn't control the ball in the box in the first half. Where he could have just simple finish. Spain had just a few chances. I think Italy scored with their first shot on target, didn't they? But yeah, fair play to Italy. They won the game. That's what you need to do. But I think we can win. I'm not saying we definitely win. You can't say that in a final of any competition in the world, but I'm quietly confident. I don't think we need to be scared. They've got a better goalkeeper. They have 2 better centre-backs, probably. Maybe. I mean, historically, Bonucci and Chiellini, yes, better than Maguire and Stones. But right now, on current form, with the age in our favour, are they better than them two? Maybe, probably just. But the gap's definitely not as big as it once was when they were in their prime, because now they're probably past it. Not past it, but past their prime. Still good. Left back, I think Shaw's better than Emerson, and I think he's probably better than Spinazzola as well, even as good as Spinazzola is. Right back, I think Walker's better than Di Lorenzo. Central midfield is where they take it. They have Verratti, Jorginho, and Barella. On the wings, Sterling's better than all their wingers. Saka is better than Berardi. Chiesa, close. Insigne, probably not. I think Insigne is better than Chiesa. I think Chiesa is a very dynamic, explosive player, but he drifts in and out of games quite a lot. But when he's in games, this tournament especially, he has seemed to score goals. So fair play. But yeah, like Sancho on the bench, Grealish, Foden. I think Grealish, Sancho, and Foden are better than all Italy's wingers. And I think we've got Harry Kane over Immobile and Belotti put together, to be honest. I don't reckon much to Belotti or Immobile. But yeah, Spain, France, what am I doing? Italy. Italy's midfield is where they've got the edge over us, and potentially their centre-backs and their goalkeeper. But out wide, which I think where the game will play the game, like I said, we'd like to play on the wings. If we can get the ball and play on the wings, I think we can win it. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. 17 minutes of me waffling. As always, if you like it, like the video. If you like this content and the videos, please hit the subscription button. And until next time, I'll catch you then. Goodbye.